You feel a heavy sense of obligation to make these things happen, to validate your ministry, because preaching the gospel's not good enough. That's the greatest thing on the face of the earth. Excuse me? Preachers who feel obligated to produce some miraculous signs due to the kingdom of God being here among us and being in us and walking as Jesus walked. They do stuff like trying to raise the dead, but they know they can't raise the dead, so they pay people to act dead and then raise them up, but it's fakery. And if you go on YouTube, you'll find that people have been caught doing that. Fake raising the dead, because the person that was dead let the cat out of the bag. To be fair, John Anisaki, on this picture you're looking at right here, there's really no fakery going on. This person is not doing this video justice by saying that he faked this. However, whenever you watch this and you watch this man, his name is Mark. I've listened to his testimony 2-3 times. He says that he was in the service and that he fainted, but John Anisaki just goes ahead and calls it on his own that he died. And I think that's a disservice to say that he died without really knowing for sure and without any evidence. And again, to be fair on this right here, you're looking at a baby, and the police were actually called and everything because they saw the whole incident too, and they were trying to hem him up, or at least question him, because there was a situation there where there was a baby that needed medical help. However, John Anisaki prayed for the baby, and the baby, he says, was healed. I don't know, it was not there. All I'm pointing out right here is this right here, is that on both of these incidences, you know, he says that they were dead, but there was nobody else to confirm that. And I think that's a disservice to say that. Anybody can go around saying that they were dead when in fact they could have been, you know, unconscious. They could have been, you know, sleeping. They could have been fainted and everything. But yet we just call it as dead. Whenever you begin to look at the multiple doctrines that are questionable coming from his camp. And so that's the issue with that right there. And it doesn't help when you begin to look at all of the different doctrines that are troublesome. For instance, John Anisaki, you know, he says he's an archangel, and I'm not going to get into all the doctrines or anything, but there's a lot of troublesome teachings coming out of his camp, and that's an issue. Whenever you begin to see determine whether or not it's credible to say that he raised somebody from the dead, or to consider somebody that he's calling dead was actually dead.